Despite America priding itself on its democratic nature and the input of its citizens, when the Constitution was originally ratified, there were only a select group of people who could vote. The direct influence constituents had in their government was very limited. While it is widely known that America is not a direct democracy, many Americans do not know that senators were not directly elected by the people until 1913. Directly elected state senators were the ones who would elect senators that served in Congress, who then created and voted on laws. So Americans were 2 steps removed from having input. You could call it an indirect democracy. Sounds unfair, right? Americans thought so too. This is why the 17th Amendment was ratified in 1913. This allowed for a more accurate representation of the people, made Congress more diverse, and it brought Americans closer to their government. Despite this progress, there were still a large amount of people in the country who were not able to vote. In fact, over half the country had no representation. The women's suffrage movement of the early 1900s allowed women's demand for their right to vote to become recognized on a much wider scale. While states were slowly allowing for women to have the right to vote, it was not until the 19th Amendment was ratified on August 18, 1920, that citizens could not be denied the right to vote on the basis of sex. It was barely ratified, as only 50 out of the 99 Tennessee House of Representatives voted yes, and Tennessee was the last state which needed ratification. Although there were still many factors that obstructed true equal representation in a government, the 17th and 19th Amendment were essential factors in expanding constituency in America.